Hello attackers and welcome back to a brand new episode of Attack on Show. I'm your host, Rob E. We've got a very special episode today. In studio, Big Head himself. That's right, Bobby Laenen from the newly released Revenge of the Mask 2 is in studio today. We're going to talk about that project and a few other upcoming projects that he's currently working on. He's also going to take the Attacker Challenge and he's going to stick around for I Miss My MTV. That's right, we're bringing that segment back and we're going to take a look at Detroit band Eva Under Fire with their video Misery. You're going to want to stick around and check that out. It's an amazing song. But before we get to all that fun, it's time for Movie Maniac Minute. So let's start the clock. Today, pictures were released of the upcoming Bill and Ted's Face the Music. That's right, we get a look at Bill and Ted themselves along with their daughters and a look at Death, who everybody's excited to see return. We're very excited about this production, so stay tuned. We're going to keep bringing you all the information as we get it. And for those of you feeling the need for speed, Tom Cruise released a brand new trailer to the Top Gun sequel. And after 30 years, this sequel looks amazing, holding all the practical effects that we all hope this movie upholds. Stay tuned, attackers. We're going to keep you up to date on this one as well. And one of our favorite directors here on Attack on Show, Quentin Tarantino, just announced that he may be stepping away from the upcoming Star Trek film that he was tied to direct. He did pitch an R-rated sequel to J.J. Abrams and it was approved. They even brought in a screenwriter. But Tarantino is holding firm that his 10th film will be his final movie, and it seems that he is going to veer away from that. Many are thinking another Kill Bill sequel. That's all the time I got. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Movie Maniac Minute. If so, please make sure you click like and subscribe below. Please stick around. There's plenty more to come on Attack on Show. As we've promised, Bobby Laenen is in studio, so stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Attack on Show. All right, attackers, as promised, in studio, I've got Bobby Laenen finally. I've hounded him for months. I've stalked him. I did everything I could. And here you are.
We had a tough time.
It was hard getting that PPO removed, but it all worked out.
You're not supposed to say that, man.
Bobby, thank you for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
This is awesome. I'm so glad you made it in the studio.
Absolutely.
You've got so many projects in the works. I was able to work with you a little bit. That's how we met, which super excited to get to that. We'll move a little quickly here because you have a lot to get to.
Okay.
Revenge of the Mask 2 coming out. We have the theater premiere tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's gonna hit. Well, it will be on YouTube now by the time this is out.
Yes.
If I'm right. And you play the Mask.
This time around, Revenge of the Mask 2, I am Big Head.
I'd love it if you scream.
Which is super cool.
So how did you prepare? Because that's such an eccentric character.
Yes.
All over the place, and that's where you get to throw everything out there, I feel like. How did you prepare for something like that?
Okay, so actually, like the beginning of the movie, I'm the previous Big Head. So I'm playing an existing character. So I did my best to kind of like match what he did, but throw my own little flair into it. And I've always been just a goofy Jim Carrey type actor, and I've always loved that kind of stuff. So as soon as I had the opportunity to do the mask, I was like, oh yes, like finally, here we go, So originally, like I said, I kind of masked what, well, no pun intended, but I masked what he did last year.
It works.
And worked on that role, and then as the movie progresses, there's actually, because this is out, I don't want to give away spoilers, but there's a new version of the mask that happens towards the end of the movie, and that's where I really got to do my own thing, which was just, it was hilarious and fun, and just, it, like, before I was a little bit leveled with the previous mask, but with the new mask, I was able to just do whatever I wanted and have fun, and it was just like a natural thing, and we just had a blast with it.
No, and obviously Lance Kawaz, Estevan, and Dylan involved in this project. The confidence, I feel like, you guys have worked together on a few films.
Yes.
I feel like the confidence, watching you guys on set and the way you work, that's got to kind of, I feel like that would help the filming process when you know what these guys are going to put on screen to then build your confidence to just, that's got to be an amazing feeling.
It is an amazing feeling, and honestly, as an actor, like that, you work with different directors, okay? There's directors who are there to shoot a movie good, get it done in the time allotted, and send it out to get sold. And then there's other directors who harness every moment they can to make that movie the best they can and give those actors the moments they need to become the best actor they can. And that's what I love so much about Lance. is that he is an actor's director.
Yes.
He is there for performance, 100%. No matter what it takes, we have to sit there for 20 hours on one take, he will not move till he knows that is the best performance he'll get. And it works great for all parties.
Yes.
You know, when you have an actor who can give the best performance they can, when you have the director who's pulling that performance out of you, the DP, of course, is getting amazing footage. Is fun with all our movies.
Genius.
He's incredible.
Yes.
And, you know, it works all together, and I absolutely love acting for Lance. And I was so excited when I got to put on the shoes as the mask. And the first time I sat down with Lance in like the creative meeting where, you know, we sat together, it was right before a scene, and I said, so what do you think we should do? And he's like, I want you to do this, and I want you to bring it to me. And I was like, let's do it. You know, so there was a lot more involved, but just that feeling, you know, when you're on set with him, he's there to see you thrive and to get that beautiful shot. And it's such an amazing feeling working with him, and you know what's going to come out of it. So.
And we've heard that on previous talking to other actors that have worked with him, that he takes that time one-on-one. Because you're right, from Revenge of the Mask, you did a lot of the stunt work. You were involved in Revenge of the Mask, the stunt work, and then some extras in the Fight Club scene. Call it, which was amazing choreography, and then obviously now like this expanded, you know, you've got expanded with them into this film, and I'm excited to see the performance. I got to be on set for a few days, obviously with you know, doing our behind the scenes. I got to talk. I don't know how well it's gonna. I'm trusting Istvan to make me look good, because I don't know how I don't think I did too well, but I'm excited to see it, and you know, it's their product that they put out there. You can just trust what they're doing, and I'm excited to see this film. Like I said, it's going to be on YouTube starting. Well, it's on YouTube now. The link is below. I'll put it in here in the subject for you guys.
Yes.
You're going to want to see this film. The first one is like 30 million views for Revenge of the Mask. I think the trailer's at like
the new trailer for Revenge 2 is at like 1.2. It's moving a little slow, moving a little slower this year, but we have a really big falter on, not so much a falter, but it's a limiter on YouTube, because we have an age gate, so we have swearing, gore, so it does limit a lot of the people who can view it.
Yes.
But yeah, so far, I mean, just getting 1.2 million views in a month is incredible for just a trailer.
Especially now they're changing the restrictions.
Absolutely.
Where you have to put on there if it's for children or not, and now it's restricting the guard. I am curious how that's going to change the YouTube realm. As far as putting those movies out there now, because they're saying if it's not for children, like it's not going to show up in search. And when you search for it, it's going to make it like it won't just be in your general.
Right.
Maybe these movies.
So that's the thing. It's like so hard. You got to get a YouTube account. Just make one. Just make a YouTube account, and that way you can see all that stuff. And that's a huge thing. I mean, it's almost 75% of the United States doesn't have a YouTube account, but they use YouTube. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So most people, you know, when they go in, they're like, oh, hey, we can watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden they're like, oh, must sign in to watch, and they're like, okay, never mind.
Cancel off.
You know.
And it's been funny trying to get people to subscribe to this channel.
Sure.
I've had people say I thought it cost money to subscribe, which is why they never click the subscribe button.
There's
it's
a lot
no,
of
it's free.
misconceptions about it. There's a lot of misconceptions, but it's just like anything that asks you for money, you know, and YouTube always pops up. Even if you don't have an account, it pops up for the music trial or whatever it is, you know. So there's a lot of things that like deter people to do it, but you know, if you can make a YouTube account, then you get Revenge of the Mask, Revenge of the Mask 2, you're going to get Rise of the Mask, which actually will not be age gated, but you'll get Rise of the Mask and all the goodies that come with it.
Yeah, now Rise of the Mask, Odin's 9, you're another character without the mask on. Like we get to see Bobby's handsome face in this movie,
boy.
so that alone, that's going to be a few million views. Honestly, I was not on set for Rise of the Mask.
Okay.
The action sequences just in the trailer alone and your scenes, I'm super stoked to see this because there's just the one cut in the trailer where you're running and you jump up. Bobby is a stuntman as well.
Yes.
Did you choreograph a lot of the stunts or all the stunts in that as well?
Not all of the stunts. I definitely had help. My friend Brock was there, and my friend Jacob came, and he helped. We had a big day. The first day we shot Rise of the Mask 2 was an entire day focused on a one shot, which is just never cutting the camera. And
awesome.
I can't remember how long it is, but it's about 2 minutes in one shot.
Those are like my favorite. Yeah.
I don't want to give much away, but it goes through an entire sequence of battles and all this stuff going on all at once. So it needed help for sure. So like these guys would come in and they would choreograph the background and all this stuff, and but beyond that, like some of the other stunt rigging and stuff like that, I did coordinate all that.
Because I think that was kind of the tricky part when people saw the trailer. Me being involved understood the two movies, but they
Yes.
mixed the footage too. So why don't you kind of clarify with everyone? We have Revenge of the Mask 2 coming out,
Yes.
which is a direct sequel of Revenge of the Mask.
It-
Prequel,
it's-
middle, sequel.
I call it a middle.
Middle. I like that.
A middle.
Coin that one.
It's it's a middle. So Revenge of the Mask 2 takes place in a moment in Revenge of the Mask, the first one, that you don't actually see it. It's like a time that was missing, and then it takes place after. So it's a middle and a sequel all in one. Rise of the Mask, the first one we released last year, and it's a 6 or 7 minute short, strictly a Viking fight scene, somewhat
Two brothers over the mask.
Yeah, somewhat touching on the origin of the mask, which is a huge thing for Mask fans and comic book fans who've been following it forever.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? So Christina Tomlinson, Dylan Side's wife, she came
Newlyweds.
Newlyweds, yes, congrats.
Yes.
Came up with this idea for a story, an origin story for the mask.
Yeah.
And originally there had been a Viking scene in the original Mask movie that they cut out, but we got to create this whole new universe, and I was lucky enough, Lance and Dylan asked me to play Torbjorn, who is the lead in that one as well, and that movie I am so excited for.
But then Rise is next year for sure. The Rise
will be
of
in
the Mask.
2020, yeah. We're looking hopefully towards the end of February for that. We just want ample time because that is such an extravagant movie with so many
The
moving
prosthetics,
parts.
the whoever the guy in the water, whatever, like the sea creature, I'll say.
No,
I mean,
Dylan did an amazing
insane.
job on all those.
It's so good. It's funny reading the comments because there's people that think footage is like stolen, like that this is just a fan-made trailer that's footage stolen from other movies and pieced together to make it look like there's a Mask movie coming out. They don't believe this is a real movie coming out. So as much as they don't believe it, that's a great compliment because
Absolutely.
Like I remember someone even commented because Dean Cain, they thought that was just footage taken from one of his other movies.
Right.
They think that the trailer is fake. And it's just
there's
pieced
not
together.
enough material in the trailer to really say like, oh, okay, this must be new.
Yeah.
And it just, I mean, for a normal fan film, it does look a lot better. Thank you, Mr. Fun. But
Amazing. Yes, the footage is amazing, and
Thanks.
the music that they timed it to.
Pierre
and then you
Vichar.
closing it out. The end of the trailer.
I'd love it if you scream.
It's just amazing. Like I love your line, and I thought that wrapped up
Thanks.
the trailer so well the way it was delivered.
Yeah, it was great. So this is airing after its release.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to give this away. That was actually, we did a bunch of shots for the trailer
Right.
that were strictly just mock shots just to put in the trailer. So that's actually not in the real movie. That part.
I think they need to add it.
Well, I think the part you'll see. You'll
Oh,
like.
okay,
I
it's
think
changed?
you'll like that part
Okay.
a lot more.
It's a good substitution. And you see that in trailers all the
Yes.
time where there's
Yeah.
something in the trailer that's not in the finished product, but what's in the finished product, they just alternated the scene and it works better. So,
Sure, yeah. They'll just film something to make the trailer look
Yeah.
cool, and that was one of the things we
You
just
guys
wanted
pulled
to,
a Marvel. It's
did.
not the Hawk's not running with
we
the crowd.
did. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So we'll pivot off of that, obviously, to another Lance Kawaz film.
Okay.
I believe you're a producer and you were in the film as well. Silent War right now is currently in post-production.
Yes.
And this is a short film. We've covered behind the scenes of this well, but I think the message behind this movie is amazing. What was your total involvement with that film? I know you produced.
I was a co-producer. I got a call one day. Lance said, "Hey, I'm doing this short. It's amazing. I want to meet up and talk about it." I said, "Okay." And immediately when he told me it was military, dealing with PTSD, dealing with females as the leads, I was like, "This is perfect. This is great. Let's make something amazing." So, a normal conversation with Lance Kawaz is, how many guns can we have? Can we blow a bunch of stuff up? What are we going to need for this? Are we going to need trailers? Are we going to need Hummers? I need army trucks. And I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do. So I ended up doing a whole lot of stuff with UPM, unit production, and special effects, pyrotechnics. I got vehicles set up for the film. We filmed in a quarry, so we had to take this entire production on location for about a week in this rock quarry. And that was a feat in itself to house 25 people each day we were there filming, as well as keep vehicles maintained, people fed, on location out there in the middle of nowhere. It was very interesting, but we had two amazing actresses come in from New York, and they did a phenomenal job. And the movie itself circles around a young lady who deals with PTSD, and the entire movie is just an homage to our men and women in uniform fighting overseas, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Awareness of PTSD obviously
Absolutely.
is a huge. Yeah, it was amazing to be on set for that one.
It's
a little
huge,
bit.
yeah.
Do you have any idea as far as when they're looking to have that out?
We're looking for spring 2020.
Okay,
That's the goal. But we are not cutting any corners on this movie. We are literally
doing it right.
Absolutely. That was my one thing. Lance is one of my best friends, and the first thing I said to him is, if we're going to do a movie like this, we need to be on point. It needs to be perfect. We are embolizing such important people in this world, and some people that mean so much to me and everybody in the United States. So that was a huge thing for me, because that it has to be correct.
No, I can't wait to see that in completion. So stay tuned, Attackers. We will have more information for you. Obviously, if you're subscribed to the channel and on Facebook, we will obviously keep everybody updated on the release of that film once we have a hard date.
Yes.
For sure. And then we'll pivot. You recently just came back from shooting a film in Atlanta?
I did. It wasn't so much Atlanta. It was near Atlanta. It was a small town called Fitzgerald. So my good friend Ryan De Silva, he's the first AD on Revenge of the Mask and Rise of the Mask. He was second on a Bruce Willis movie. And one day he said, "Hey, I'm working on a Bruce film. Do you want to come down?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely."
Let me think about it.
Yeah, I said 100%. Let's
Was
do
your
it.
answer yippee-ki-yay?
Mother. Yeah. That's all I could think the whole time I was there. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, he offered me to come down and connect with people, and next thing I know, got the shoot days. I packed my bags and drove down there, and was there for I think a total of 17 days, and we shot a sci-fi horror film with Bruce Willis and Cody Kersley, and we started working on this movie. And we worked in this gym, and it was a entire set that my buddy Corey Cooper built, which is phenomenal.
Honestly, that's, looking at the pictures when you were down there, I was blown away by the set design.
Yes.
I was combing through all that, and then all of a sudden it's like, is that Bruce Willis in the back?
Yeah,
it was just like you snuck him in there, and
Yeah.
it's like I was blown away by the set pictures you were taking video of walking through the halls.
Yes.
It's amazing what they did.
It was amazing because this wasn't a huge budget feature either, and the town of Fitzgerald is just amazing. The people there are amazing, and that was like one of my favorite things about being down there. We lived in this little town, and everybody was so hospitable. And when they built the set, there were donations from companies and people and all this stuff to build this entire set. So they were repurposing so many things from the town in this gym, and they built one of the world's largest indoor spaceship sets.
Wow.
Which was,
yeah, because you were saying something like the flooring was like milk crates and
It
like
was,
painted,
yeah.
and just the way they pieced everything together, and just
yeah, I mean, it was incredible. If you looked at the walls, it looked like a spaceship. You got closer, it was styrofoam from your TV box that you would get, and it was just amazing the stuff that they put together to look like that. And I'm huge into construction and stuff like that, so I was like, oh my God. I was drooling when I got there, and then I met Corey, the creator of it. I was like, oh boy. Dude, you did amazing.
Did we just become best friends?
Did we just become 100%. Such a good guy too, Corey. I miss you, buddy. So so we shot the movie, and originally I was just down there with hands on set while Bruce was there. It was really high tense when he was there, and I met the stunt guys. That was my main goal, was to meet the stunt guys who were working on it. Van and Say, amazing stunt guys, and they welcomed me with open arms, and they needed help. And I was lucky enough that a couple of days they put me on the stunt list, and I was a stunt utility. I died, got shot by Bruce like 4 different times.
Who can say that? That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely take that away more than anything. But yeah, we're doing all kinds of fun stuff, and I was there the whole time, met a lot of great people, and it was just an amazing experience.
Any idea as far as the time frame for? Obviously, you guys
I
just
really
wrapped
don't know.
shooting, so it's going to be a little bit. I think 2020, or
Yes.
it's going to be probably towards the end, even I would imagine.
I'm thinking fall 2020.
Yeah.
It's a very CG heavy movie, so
Okay.
I don't know how long it will take. But yeah, I'm thinking probably fall 2020. But
Now the title's Breach.
it's
or
now
Ant-
called Breach. Originally, it was called Anti-Life. Now it's called Breach.
As far as acting, a little bit about you here. This is kind of, you mentioned earlier, like you've been acting your whole life, had to step away for a little bit, and then recently got back in, or what's the story here?
So my whole life, I think it was Universal Studios. I went and I saw, my family and I went and I saw the Indiana Jones stunt show that they had,
Love
the
that.
live action one, and I was like, oh well, that sealed the deal for me. That's what I wanted
It's
to
a
do.
great show.
Yeah, it was amazing. So it just like gripped me from, I don't even know how old I was, but I wanted to make movies. So I just, back in the day, I had, the high 8 video recorders
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So me and my buddies would go and make movies, of course. And when I was 18, I got on my first feature that was filming in Michigan with Radish Creative from Ferndale, and they did a movie called Annabelle and Bear, which is an excellent movie, by the way. You should check that out. It has to do with single parents and dealing with drug use and stuff like that. It was really, really nice movie.
Okay.
And I played a gas station cashier, and that was the first thing I did, legitimately, professionally. And then at the time, we had the tax incentive, so it was huge. There were movies going on all over
We
the
miss
place.
those tax incentives.
Oh, I miss them so much. Bring them back. So I was actually driving to some music video shoot through Mount Clemens, and I looked down the road, and I'm like, oh boy. And they had these cranes and paratroopers and all this stuff going on. And I heard about this movie called Red Dawn that was filming. And I'm like, well, whatever.
Small project.
Yeah, it's just a small one. So I looked down and I'm like, hey man, I'm not going to be able to make it to the music video. And I literally parked on the street where they were filming, and they had 2 blocks blocked off. One was the Macomb County Sheriff's, then they had the set security, and then they had all this stuff. So a friend of mine used to be a Detroit police officer, and he gave me his badge when he retired. So I was wearing a suit, and this is a bad story, but this is the first time I ever got on a Hollywood set.
You badged your way on.
I badged my way on. I walked up. I ended up knowing one of the Macomb County Sheriffs, and I said, hey, I'm going to speak to Chris O'Hara, who was the stunt guy. And I did some research before I walked in, but
That is fabulous.
I walked in, and I said, hey, I need to speak to this guy. And I just named off the stunt guys, and they're like, oh, they're right over there. And that was it. So I walked over, and I, of course, cleaned up, and I was like, hey, my name's Bobby. I'm a stunt guy. Anything you need. And they literally picked me right up and said, hey, come on. And I worked for about a month and a half.
Oh, that's awesome.
Red Dawn with them. Yeah, amazing guys. Amazing guys. We got to do all kinds of cool stuff, and it kind of just went on from there. I would just connect with people as much as I can, no matter what I was doing. If I was doing extra work, I found the golden moments to speak to the right person, or be
Right.
prepared for this, or and just be very versatile. And as soon as the tax incentive went away, it was like ghost town.
Scary moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it was ghost town. And really, at the same time, my dad and my family, we opened a bar. It was like my dad's dream, and his other company closed a few years ago. So we got into this bar industry, and immediately, I'm an only son. I was like, okay, here's my priority. So I jumped right into that and worked we had the bar for 8 years until June this year. And just worked my butt off, and we all worked as hard as we could to make it great. And 2017, I got back into it about 2017. I went on Ninja Warrior.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How far did you get?
4 out of 6 obstacles.
Nice. So that's just before the wall, right?
Yeah, I was 1 obstacle away from the wall.
1 obstacle away?
Yeah, so I did the best I could, but
That
it
is
was
awesome.
It was tough, yeah.
You got to have good finger grip, like strength and some of
telling
those
you.
things. It's insane.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's fascinating what people can do on that.
Unbelievable.
It's insane. So I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Was stunts? So you're a stunt man.
Yeah.
Is that something that you got started in first, or was it the acting? Which one preceded the other?
To be honest, I mean, stunts really proceeded because it was just what I was exceptional at.
Like, we were one of those kids that just like to jump off a roof
That's
as a kid?
exactly what it was. I swear, my neighbors used to call my parents because they'd see me jumping from my roof, and they didn't know there was a trampoline at the bottom, but I used to jump off my roof and jump my motorcycle through stuff. I'd beg my dad to hit me with the car. I'd roll downstairs. I'd do anything I could to get hurt, but not really get hurt. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was just...
So, like, are you one of those guys like pain don't hurt?
No, it doesn't.
Nice.
That's the weirdest thing. I can take pain so well, and especially as a kid. I mean, I should be dead or have way more broken bones than I do, but I just loved doing it.
Yeah.
I loved the whole, like, I don't know if you remember this show called The Adventures of Super Dave.
Oh, yeah.
The Adventures of Super
Where
Dave.
he'd always crash in the stuff.
Yeah, that was like my favorite thing to recreate as a kid. I'd do a stunt and then just mess it up so I could
So you skipped right past the beginning where it was like, don't try this at home.
Exactly, 100%. I was the guy who tried everything at home and then tried more stuff on top of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing watching you put this stuff together and your talent. I mean, you are a huge asset on set, watching how the set production works. I mean,
Thanks so much,
you keep
man.
things in control, the way, like, you're an asset for every aspect of it. The stunts, the explosions, the acting's amazing. It's great to watch you on set and what you bring to it, because you have a lot to offer. And
Thank you.
I always tell my wife, like, working on these sets, and I'm like, that guy's gonna get it. And it's
Oh, man.
I'm excited to watch your future.
Thank you.
It's been fun to watch. We do have something important to get to.
Okay.
Our next segment here.
Okay.
I can't let you leave yet. We do have to give you your 5 questions to see if you achieve attacker status. So
Attacker status, here we go.
this is very important.
Oh boy.
If you achieve attacker status, you do get to keep these fancy whiskey tumbler glass. So no pressure, but that is on the line, Bobby. So I hope you get it.
I don't know if I can do this, Rob. That's a lot of...
It's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
I got faith in you. We'll start with question number 1. It's the holiday season, so we had to go with, what's a better Christmas movie? Ernest Saves Christmas or Jingle All the Way?
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Ernest
That takes
Saves
it.
Christmas.
You can't go wrong with Ernest.
Huge Ernest fan, so 100% Ernest P. Worrell all the way.
Awesome.
100%.
All right, we're 1 for 1 then. We're doing well. Number 2. Who would win in a fight? Underdog or Milo the dog from The Mask?
Underdog. He's from what movie?
Underdog. Well, he's the underdog movie. He's a superhero, kind of like.
Okay. Well, does Milo have the mask or no?
I would give Milo the mask to make it.
100%.
Milo?
Wins. Milo wins. You can't mess with the mask.
No, you can't. Excellent. 2 for 2. Yes. Number 3. This is where we ask you what's better between the original movie or the remake. So in this case, the original is Point Break. The remake is Fast and the Furious.
Oh boy.
It's either Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Or Vin Diesel.
I mean, Point Break was really good, but I mean, Fast and the Furious has really stood the test of time.
Yeah, and created 15 sequels.
Yeah, and I mean the what do you call it? The legend or the what do you call it? The what it carries on. I'm totally blanking.
Yeah, I'm
right
drawing
now.
a blank too.
So whatever. Paul Walker.
Paul
awesome
Walker.
Dude, and he lives on in infamy. So I'm going with Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious. You get it. That's 3 for 3.
Yes, all right.
Excellent. We're doing really well here. Although Point Break has such great moments, right?
No, Point Break is great
Shooting
too.
in the air, screaming.
Yeah, well, Patrick Swayze alone. I mean,
yeah, his hair was on point in that movie. Number 4. Who's a better actor that does their own stunts? Tom Cruise or Jackie Chan?
Oh, wow. You know, that's a tough one because, I mean, Jackie Chan is the master of stunts forever.
Yes.
But I admire Tom Cruise so much because he is a phenomenal actor and he does every one of his own stunts. I don't think that Jackie Chan would barrel dive a helicopter.
Off the helicopter.
In the middle of a mountainside. I mean, that was all Tom, and he wanted to do every one of his own stunts, and he's broken ankles jumping across buildings. And I mean, so is Jackie, but I admire Jackie Chan so much because he's a phenomenal martial artist and all this stuff. But when it comes to stunts, like real classic stuntman style, Tom Cruise takes it 100%.
Tom Cruise takes it.
100%.
Yeah, he edged him out. Jackie Chan's amazing doing his own things, but I also feel like he kind of grew up trained for a lot of the fighting,
absolutely.
to whereas Tom Cruise was an actor and he's evolved into doing these stunts and being such, 20 million plus actor, and he's out there, like you say, falling off a helicopter, jumping off buildings. It's insane.
Yeah, he demands to do it. Like, and that's what I admire most, because that's honestly what I want to do, is be able to do my own stunts. But I mean, just the way he does them too. It's like learning
commitment.
to fly the jets, learning to
the helicopters.
barrel the helicopters. I mean, that's a lot of guts to do something like that.
That's awesome. Excellent. So you get it. That's 4 for 4. Tom Cruise takes that one. Number 5 and final question. What's a better sci-fi movie? The Fifth Element or the original Blade Runner?
I was never a really big Fifth Element fan.
Yeah.
I really wasn't.
You either love it or you're not a big fan.
Yeah, at the time, I mean, it's definitely like a groundbreaking movie. It was definitely groundbreaking.
The visual
at the time.
effects at the time, yes.
But I love Harrison Ford, and I do love Blade Runner.
Excellent. We're
We're
a sucker for classics, so Blade Runner.
Blade Runner
which
it is.
I just called that a classic. I don't know if it
is a classic.
Is it old enough now?
I think so.
I'm old. No.
They did a remake of it, so it's got to be a classic.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. You win, so that glass is yours, Bobby. Congratulations.
All right. It's been nice talking to you.
Oh, no, you got to stay. We actually have more to cover. Man, see, I finally got you here. I'm not letting you go.
No, don't do it. I don't want to leave. I like this.
We're finally bringing back my favorite segment. We're going to pick things over to I Miss My MTV, because you were saying you miss your MTV.
I miss my MTV.
Finally, we're back with I Miss My MTV. This is my favorite feature on the show. And we have a band here you were in a music video for, Eva Under Fire.
Eva Under Fire.
And Eva or Ava? We're back to the coupon argument.
I figured I'd just balance the weight there, just in case one of us was wrong.
And you're in a music video here, Misery.
Yes.
That we're going to take a look at. But you know this band, so why don't you tell us a little bit about them? They're out of Detroit?
Yes. Yeah, Detroit band. The lead singer and the lead guitarist are a husband and wife team, Amanda and Rob Liebberg, as well as Corey, Ed, and Chris. Chris is going to get a kick out of that one. So, yeah, I got offered to be in this music video called Misery, and it is typical Bobby role. I'm the bad boyfriend. So she catches me at the bar making out with this girl and ends up kidnapping me.
That never ends well.
Burning all of my stuff, and in the end blowing up my truck.
I got to tell you, the band, the music behind her vocals is amazing.
Yes.
But her vocals are on point. I love her voice, man. She can carry it. Like, she carries this, like, such a strong voice.
She's a badass chick, man. She's a badass singer.
Yeah.
She's like, she does screamo as well. Like, she'll get into like the hard metal breaks, where she's screaming, and it is just, it's phenomenal to watch her range. Like, Amanda is amazing, really good.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna give you guys a peek at a little bit of a clip here from Misery. So check it out. This is Eva Under Fire. Hope you guys enjoy. So we hope you guys liked. That was an awesome clip. And Bobby, what did we learn from the video? When you have a girlfriend,
don't go to the bars and make out with other women. And don't leave your Chuck keys laying around.
Yes, that's the tech or tip number one right there. Don't leave your keys laying around.
Yeah.
Bobby,
bad news.
Thank you so much for coming on the show,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
I really appreciate it. I'm excited to watch your future here. Any of the movies that you're in, I'm excited to watch them grow.
I'm sure you'll be there.
You do a great job. Yes, because I'm going to hound you to be on set. So. Yep.
Totally, and Rob's always on set, so I love it.
I'm that thing that just won't go away.
It's all right. You're good company, man. You're good company.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much again, everybody. Make sure you follow Bobby Laenen here. Keep tuned with Attack on Show because we're going to keep you updated on all of his stuff. So you're going to want to make sure you like and subscribe because you're not going to want to miss out on any of his projects. As always, I'm Robbie, and this is Attack on Show.
Attack on Show.